Greetings, fellow masters. So here we are, neck deep in the middle of a half AP daily quest event, and you might have the blinders on farming hands, mats, and QP, but the summer event is right on the horizon, and I'm here to drop some knowledge on you for who to level up and what to look forward to. This event is broken into 2 parts, and this event should run 20 days total. You will be getting the 4-star Assassin Shisho Welfare Servant out of this event too, so if you are looking for a quick-based AoE assassin, well, let's make sure you get this done. We're also going to be getting a new Mystic Code Brilliant Summer, which comes with a party-wide quick up, single target pierce and vulnerability, as well as a single target heal plus NP gauge charge. So this is going to be important to pick up as well. So with that out of the way, get ready to put your hard hats on, Masters, because we're about to be some architect boys. That's right, the premise of this event is that you find yourself on an uninhabited island with a few servants, and well, of course, you have to build and develop it, because that makes 100% sense. So what are you going to need? Well, obviously you're going to need wood, stone, iron, water, and food. These are going to be your farmable currencies. So, as you are on this island with your servants, each servant is going to have their own idea of how the island should be developed. Because of course they will. The best thing to do here is to take a look at what you can farm the most efficient, and then go that path, as the development of the island is not really impacted by the path that you take. This means that when you start out, farming wood is most likely going to be your easiest path to clearing this part of the event. You will need to progress through the development to finish up the main quest, and when you finish, you can reset and go back through and pick different options. This will give you additional lines, cutscenes, and mana prisms. This is completely optional though. I mentioned mana prisms just then. That's right, each development quest that you finish will provide you with a cutscene and 20 mana prisms. You are going to want to focus on clearing the main quest development first, and then finish everything after, as the effective farming free quests unlock once you beat the main story. Now, if you are a completionist and will be doing all of the routes, hashtag rip your rainbow apples, I would suggest sticking to one route so that you know what you've already built on reset. So go A, then B, then C. You can pull the 3-star CE out of the friend point gotcha, so if you didn't blow all 100,000 of your anniversary friend points, well, now's your time to shine. Try to get 3 to 4 unless you're a whale and you have all the gotcha Cs, well then, okay. Now, after you clear Chapter 3, this is going to be when you unlock your level 60 and 80 free quests, so you can farm even harder. After you complete Chapter 8, this is when you unlock the level 90 free quests to farm for your shop items. The nice thing about this event is that each node is optimized for a certain drop, meaning that if you want to farm wood, well, you're good because there's a wood node for you, and well, it's the jungle, as you would expect. Now, each node does drop multiple items, the jungle dropping both wood and food, so this allows you to farm a primary and a secondary item. Now, who should you be using for these nodes? Since every servant has a rate up to something in this event, I will not be going over the full list. I will link to Lord Ashura's guide in the description that will have a tab for all of these servants and what their rate ups are. I will, however, give you the MVPs and some suggestions for each node. Let's start off with the jungle. This is going to be your prime wood collecting node. This node comes with mostly sabers and archers. However, in later difficulties, you will have a splash of berserkers added in. For servants, the recommendations are Lancer, Ku, Li Xuan, Hector, and Kiyo Lancer. For archers, you're looking at Tristan and Arash. For berserkers, we have Raiko, Ku Alter, and Kiyohime. And riders, you have Santa Saber Alter. All of these servants have rate up for wood drops and pair well against the archers and sabers of the node. As there are vastly more archers than sabers, your lancers will shine mixed with berserkers or archers to drop those pesky sabers before they can do much damage. Grassfield is going to be your go-to spot for stone. Now this one is a little bit of a mixed bag. You will need to bring different servants to the higher difficulties. The first 3 difficulties, you will only find a mix of riders and sabers. However, the last 3 will have a Lancer main boss, and he will be rocking some serious hit points. As the Lancer boss is by himself, you are going to want to focus on some single target sabers. Nero Bride, Bedivere, Saber Lancelot, as well as the 4-star Nero are all fantastic options. Assassins to deal with the riders are Steno, Cursed Arm Hassan, and Jekyll and Hyde. For Berserkers, you can bring Hurt. Now, you can bring some archers to this, and I would actually suggest them in the first 3 levels. However, swapping them out for the above sabers will likely be your best bet in the last 3 nodes. Gilgamesh, David, Kid Gil, and Orion will all provide you with stone rate-ups here. For iron, you are going to be looking at the caverns. So, much like the grasslands, we are going to have 3 nodes that won't have a boss, and then 3 nodes with a different class boss. This time, we're looking at an archer. So the first 3 nodes are going to be full of berserkers and sabers. This will also continue into the further nodes for the first 2 waves. However, this one is going to have a much smaller pool of suggested units, and it's going to be a little bit rough here. For Lancers, you are going to want to bring Bryn and both Lancer Artorias, that's Alter and Normal. Your archers are going to be Archer Mary Reed, Tesla Arjuna, and Emiya. For Berserkers, you have Vlad, Fran, and Lancelot. You also have a few options that don't get extra damage but are solid nonetheless. Avenger Dante's, Ruler Amakusa, Rider Mordred, and MHX all provide extra iron drops and don't suffer from extra damage from anything other than the Zerkers. Now, before you complete the main quest, you are going to be farming the beach for both food and water, as this is going to be your most effective place to farm. Now, you will want to swap out your team based on which of the 2 you want to farm, or mix and match to do some sort of hybrid farming here, but let's go over the best setups for each one. The really nice thing about the beach is that it's nothing but sabers. Every single enemy is a saber, so for those of you who are very archer heavy, well, you're a Kobe Shonen. For water, you're looking at archers Atalante and Billy the Kid. Extra classes, we've got Jean, Alter, Ruler, Martha, and Mash. For assassins, we have Jack and Shuten. For casters, you have Waver and Hans, which is fantastic for supporting this node. And for Berserkers, you have Nightingale. For clearing this one out, I would suggest a team of Atalanta, Waver, Billy the Kid. This will allow you to feed Billy a large amount of crit stars for him to drop those massive crits. For food, we're looking at a way more fun lineup. For archers, you've got Archer, Artoria, Robin Hood, and Tawara. Casters, Tamamo, Helena, and Irie. Now, if you are not worried about your damage dealers having 2 times damage, you can also bring Sanzao, Saber Alter, Drake, Tamamo Cat as well. I am, however, excited to see the videos of people just spamming this node down with Archer, Artoria, Tamamo, and Helena. Now, after you finish the main story and you unlock the Storm difficulty, the best food node will move to the Primeval Forest, which is full of Berserkers with an assassin boss. So bringing Sanzao, Caster Liz, Nursery Rhyme will be your go-tos here. So, with the farming nodes out of the way, let's take a look at what you're farming for. Things of note here, like every event, you are going to want to prioritize the event CE. Not only is Summertime Mistress art amazingly hot, but it also increases your food and water drops by 1. It also increases your critical damage by 15% and starts you out with 30% NP. And much like most event CEs lately, this goes up to 50% NP and 20% crit damage on limit break. So this is definitely going to be a good CE to limit break and add to your stable of 50% starting NP CEs. You will also have access to Ringing Bell Branch, which is the item needed to ascend Assassin Shisho. These would be the priority as well, but after you finish the main quest. In the Iron Shop, you have 10 Scarabs and 20 Horseshoes, which I'm sure everyone needs right now. Stone Shop will net you 20 Knights medals, thank God. Woodshop is going to be bicorn horns and the new seashell ascension mats. Food is going to net you plumes and seeds, which I need, and water is going to be crystals and hero proofs. I personally would suggest farming food first to get your first CE, as well as saving up additional food and water, as you are going to need a large amount of these when you get to some of the later buildings. Now, this is after you clear the third chapter so that you can unlock the thunder difficulties. Now, one of the nice things is that we do get a daily quest each day that will net us a large amount of QP, new ascension mats, and event materials as well. So this is really nice and will definitely help, because this event is going to be very, very grindy. So guys, that's part one. Hope that didn't overwhelm you too much, because we have part two next, but I will be saving that for another day. So I hope that this helped you out, and I hope that you are ready for some waifus in bikinis, because I know that I am. Anyways, I would like to take this moment to thank all of the Patreons that helped support this channel. You guys are the true MVPs. But if you want to support the channel in your own way, just hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, drop me a like and a comment, and I will catch you on the next video. Take it easy. Peace.
Fate グランドオーダー待望の水着イベントが開催。夏だ、海だ、